Hey guys, how you doing today? This is your host, Rashad Crosby. This is the SirMahdee Productions. You are watching the Athletic Nerd Podcast. Originally, I had two posts I want to put up, but due to what's going on around the world, I want to talk about the issues at hand. My two special guests with me today is Chris Havert, the Blackboard Podcast. You can check him out. I will put a link to his YouTube at the end of the video. And my other friend that's joining me is Jared Brown. We've been good friends since 2007. So please enjoy the show and let's go.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into it. So basically, right now we just got civil unrest. So I'm just gonna tell you my thoughts, and then we're gonna get into the conversation at hand. So first and foremost, we have Black Lives Matter, and we got police brutality. That's the number one, two important highlights at the forefront. I agree with both of those. Those things that need to be fixed, and that's things that need to be corrected. And there's no problem with people protesting, as long as you do it the right way. When it comes to the looting and vandalism and rioting, I don't condone it, but after so much shit that done happened over the past few years and decades, and like, I don't condone it, but I see why people, protesting, people kind of lose their minds. Plus, we coming off being locked up inside for 3 months. People ain't got no money. Everybody ain't got a stimulus check yet. So people just out here struggling. So, I don't condone any of it, but it's just tough times. And this was the camel that broke the straw's back. And then plus, we just came off of a
Straw that broke the camel back.
started.
It's the camel that broke that straw's back, boy. Yeah, what you think?
Yeah, so we just coming off a lot of issues, and everything's just turning, one on top of another, and then, people just had enough, bro. And Black Lives Matters over George Floyd. It has the whole world on attention. People are protesting in London, Europe, Australia, France, and the ball is in our court. If it's time to make a change, the time is now. Instead of protesting for few weeks and then life going back on the regular. Have you heard of David Dorn? Most people probably have. Some haven't. He was a 77-year-old officer, and this is the part we have to change. He was just trying to stop people from protesting. He was shot, killed, murdered, and the best way analogy I can say with the Black Lives Matter protests and people rioting in general, we have the world's attention. We have an 80-yard run, and now we fumble the ball. We on the goal line. Are we going to score, or are we just going to fall back into the way things were before? I didn't want to talk about black on black crime because I really want to focus on what's happening. But even people can't even protest together. I mean, riot together or loot together. I mean, people, you steal something, or I gotta fight Jared because he got some shoe I want. If y'all looting, first of all, I on the wrong. At least get what you want, loot together, and then get the heck up out of there. But black people fighting black people and black people killing black people, it gotta end. So we can't even. Now the narrative is being flipped on us by the whites, or the left, the right. So now we went from completely being a unit to now we all starting to break apart. Some of the older generation, they don't agree with it. So now we went from everybody in one circle, older generation, we just protest. The younger generation, we ain't going out without a fight. Like, enough is enough. We fed up. But then you got people killing each other for no reason. Over already, I've been looking at trying to find out as many people as I can. But as cops, you have over 10 cops killed in the past few days, and you had over 10 protesters, rioters, looters killed in the past few days, 10 days, whatever. And there's some black cops in there. And Chris, me and Sheena, she's a cop. God forbid I hear anything crazy happen about her in Alabama.
Yeah, I sent her a message actually. I
So
told her, I said, whatever it is, you make sure you make it to the house. I ain't got time to be hearing about you getting shot up or beat up or something like that. Because second I hear that, I'm taking a drive. It's straight up. You know what I'm saying?
So. And the conversation has to be had. A lot of people like Drew Brees, cool, outstanding guy. Let me finish, Chris. Yeah, you better slack.
You about to get it. Look, I'm ready for that too. Cause
look, so
Birdman hands.
That's unacceptable to me.
So what he said, like you said, is unacceptable.
Unacceptable to me.
I don't even know what type of conversation he was having, but you got to understand the times that is at hand,
bro.
And you might not agree with it, but you at least have to understand why this is being said. And this goes for all white people. They might not agree with certain little things, but they at least understand where we are coming from, not just blatantly pushing it to the side.
He just made it sound like he didn't understand nothing though.
And then the last point is just basically coming back to we got to come together, man. Social media is a positive and a negative. You seen Blackout Tuesday. First, who made Blackout Tuesday? You got people, but they done did so many blackouts you can't even see what's going on in the world no more. You got all these big major companies. Chris, I think you was talking about Wendy's on Twitter a little bit.
You said Wendy's?
Wendy's, yeah. So you're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna use Star Wars, bro. So John Boyega, he was a fan for Star Wars. He's out there protesting in London. You know, do your thing, bro.
My guy.
And so Disney Disney Star Wars, okay, we for the black people, rah rah rah. But when it comes to money and the American films, he was front head of the poster. In China, they have some issues with that. So he got from I'm the number one guy on the poster to number, real small. And when it comes to the big entities that rule the world, whatever you want to call them, the elite, Illuminati, whatever, we have to come together as a team because they already have their game plan. And they might be trying to make a racial war. We don't know what they're trying to set up. They already have, I think, 5 steps together, 10 steps ahead, whatever. So we have to be prepared. And we just got to come together as a unit and a family and just, stay as a family. That's my points. We can go back and start addressing things from a certain point of view. So we're going to go back up to so do y'all agree with police brutality, shining light on police brutality and Black Lives Matter?
Go ahead.
Man, heck yeah. And I'll say the reason why, I'm from Mississippi. I'm born in Mississippi, been in Mississippi most of my life. Before I was 15, man, I'd already been accosted by the police. I grew up quick, got big quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing 260 pounds, man. I've been over 220 since I was 13. And being 5'9", 5'10", 220, you're bigger than a lot of the officers that happen to be in the Mississippi area. You know what I'm saying? So that intimidation factor gets played into that a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? Coming from an area where you could be pulled over for no reason. You can get beat up for no reason. You can get arrested and have the dog set on you for no reason. Yeah, it needs to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? Especially now in a time where cameras are on literally everything, it has to be shined on what's really going on. Back in the day, we could kind of say, all right, they really couldn't. All you could do is give a firsthand testimony. All you could do is be like, it happened to me, and I had to take your word for it. But now we got these supercomputers in our hands, and it's on us as a people to post this stuff because the news ain't going to show everything. Then on top of that, a lot of these cases are getting shoved under the water. Like, you got to think about it, man. Ahmaud Arbery was dead for what, 2 months, 3 months before we found out about it?
For at least 2-3 months before that.
At least 2-3 months, because I think it happened in the end of February. So we didn't find out about it till, May? It popped up at first in March a little bit, but nobody really paid any attention because nobody really knew what it was. But to come to find out, like, they had did what they did to him, and they got shoved under the bridge by police officers, by the law enforcement, by the DA, by the people we're supposed to trust. Yes, it needs to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? Especially being a black man in America. Pretty sure y'all have y'all's own instances of dealing with police and how they come at you all threatening and things like that when you could be doing something less threatening to them than your white counterpart will, but they'll open their arms to the white counterpart because, he's just a kid trying to learn this, that, and the third. One of the things, and I'll let it go, one of the things I said in my podcast that I released on Monday, there's a certain point in every black person's life where you go from being the cute little black kid to being a threat. Nobody really knows exactly what criteria passes on that to make that happen, but everybody knows that moment where they realize I'm no longer cute little Rashad. I'm no longer cute little Chris. I'm no longer whoever I am to me and my family, because your parents are always going to see you as that little boy. But as soon as you hit a certain age, especially as a man, as soon as you hit a certain age, they'll come at you with their guns drawn more than anything. So, like, with that being the case, I really see that there needs to be, of course, systematic change, but it starts with us exposing.
I agree. Everything he said, I agree on that. And I can't really there isn't any much more for me to elaborate on in that, because it's like I said, it's inexcusable. Like, I feel like it should have been stopped a long time ago. This is, like you said, it's not the first time. We ain't just pop up in 2020 and just police brutality start happening. It's been happening for years. You feel me? Like, when nobody born yesterday, this shit been going on. Niggas been pushing on the rough for a long time.
Facts.
And now it's the fact that we're arming ourselves and protecting ourselves, not to where you can't do none of these things, and it's a problem for them. It's gonna continue to be a problem until it's changed. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and like I said, the next part, like I said, you got the big divide between some adults, celebrities, friends, yada yada, when it comes to the looting and the rioting. Like I said, you can understand it. I disagree with it, but it's okay. For Black people, people in general, it's okay to disagree, but to agree. You don't have to be so far left, so far right. And that's like I was telling Jared on Twitter, like the slandering of Martin Luther King. Like you can probably disagree with what he said, but people out here just disrespecting Martin Luther King, chatting Malcolm X. They are both great Black men in their own right. One was a little bit more passive, one was a little bit more aggressive. You can pick either side you want to choose, but don't disrespect one over the other. And that's the thing we got. Like, I can disagree with you, but we can still be at peace. We don't got to be now. It's like either you Republican, Democrat. I hate you. Like, it's not really.
I feel like it wouldn't be one without the other. To be honest with you, it wouldn't be a Malcolm X without Martin Luther King. Because without Martin Luther King trying to be peaceful first, we wouldn't have to go by any means necessary. We wouldn't have to do all that. If we would have went by that first, we'd be trying to do what? By trying to be peaceful then. We didn't went the peaceful route now. We did that right. We did y'all way of life. We tried y'all way. We're gonna do it our way now. Y'all, this is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted this violence. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all got it.
And I'll say to add on to that, man, like really thinking about what happened back in the day, you have to look at the simple fact. They were trying to spare as many lives as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We was already getting murdered, was already getting killed. You got to think this is them trying to get out of the lynching era. This isn't so far back, you know what I'm saying, that it's like black, like this is back 40 years, bro, like 40, 50 years with this 2020. So that's what, 50 years, 60 years almost. This was right at the end of us being like, yo, they are hanging us from trees for nothing, literally for nothing. The civil rights movement really kicked off with Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it really kicked off. When that man went missing, his mom was like, "Nah, I want that casket open. I want y'all to see what y'all did to my son. I want the world to see what y'all did to my son." Like that's why he wanted to go peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, like you said, there wouldn't be a Malcolm X without a Martin, and I don't think there would have been a Martin without a Malcolm. Like it would have. One had there is the yin and the yang, bro. Like as much as we laugh at anime and watch anime, it had to be a balance because of simple fact, man. Even now, you got people who don't have it in their heart to do this stuff. Exactly. Do I agree with the looting and the rioting? To a degree, yeah. Because when a nation fed up, bro, you take what you when I've been trying my best to do it the right way, and you've been screwing me every time, you got to take what I give you at that point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If somebody constantly asks you, please, 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 if I run up on you and take it, not saying it's right morally, but at the same time, at this point, morals is out. Yeah. We done tried it the morality way. We tried it the peaceful way. And like you said, we went from one extreme of being super peaceful to the point that y'all ignoring us and laughing at us and making fun of us. Now we're going to the other extreme where we finna make you feel us. We finna make you fear this. You know what I'm saying? Like that means I gotta run up in your house, run up in your business, kill you, stomp you, beat you, break you, whatever it is. At this and the thing is, I honestly feel like the last straw wasn't George Floyd. I think the last straw was more so Ahmaud and Breonna Taylor. And the reason I say that, these are two people who had done nothing. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Ahmaud was jogging. Exercise affects nobody. Breonna Taylor was asleep. Knocked out. Wasn't doing nothing. They busted a house, sprayed the house down. You break in my house at 3 in the morning and I don't shoot at you, I'm already dead. Right. That's just how it worked. So you busting somebody's house, spray the house with bullets, she dies. She wasn't doing nothing. She was sleep minding her business, getting ready to go to work the next day. Ahmaud was running, minding his business, not doing nothing. It's more understandable if you kill us if I'm out here doing something worthy of being killed. If I'm out here doing something to bring you into my presence in the first place, if I do something illegal, I expect the cops to be called. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they should kill you, but at the same time, I can understand why you there if I did something. You know what I'm saying? The issue is these other two had nothing going on. But white people felt the need to usurp authority over them even when they weren't doing anything. And that's the issue we having right now. And it's been like that in a lot of these instances. Granted, does there need to be police reform? Yes. But that's why I said it goes beyond the whole police force. It goes back to the system. It goes back to the people because of the simple fact. And that's why I think looting the businesses and stuff is just. My thing is if it was just police and the civilians weren't the issue, we just go burn down all the police stations, shoot every cop we see. We don't have to worry about it no more. We good to go. It would be easy. We go back to the Wild West. I police myself. You police you. You rob me. I shoot you in the street. We good to go. You know what I'm saying? But the issue is the race as a whole. Our race as a whole is seen as a threat. Their race as a whole is seen as better from every angle. Hispanics, a lot of times, not all of them, because a lot of Latin derivative people feel the same way as white people. Asians, a lot of times, feel the same way as white people. Black people are the most degraded race on the planet. We're the most mistreated race on the planet. With that being the case, if you have a business, and I've been telling you you've been mistreating me, if I've been going to your 7-Eleven and you follow me around your store, I'm going to your 7-Eleven now taking everything I want. Do something. If I've been going to your Gucci boutique and you've been looking at me crazy because I came in jeans and a t-shirt and I didn't come in saying, oh, hi, I'm ready to buy everything in your store, I'm going in there and I'm taking it. My mama like purses anyway. So like with that being the case, I'm going to go get what I want from you because I tried to come at you peacefully, try to come at you with the right state of mind, and you denied me. So at this point now, we got a problem. Yeah. Now, same time, do I agree with them going into some of these black businesses? Kind of nah, but at the same time, kind of yeah, because not all skin folk is kinfolk. Right. There's a lot of coons out here who care more about their business and more about pleasing the white people, and it's going to tie into your celebrity point. Pleasing the white people has become such a thing because that equals getting to the bag that they don't even care about their own people. They don't even identify as black no more. So if you one of them businesses, we going at you. But businesses require business insurance. You have insurance in place. In order to get your business license, you have to have insurance in place in case this happens. Right. You will be protected. Right. Will you have to rebuild your clientele? Yeah, but if you stand with us, one thing I said about black people, you stand with us in our time of need, we're going to be there for you and yours. If I'm in an area and this person got looted and I know he was on my side the whole time and he was like, hey, it is what it is, it's just stuff, I don't care. We're going to make sure that when you get your stuff back, we're going to come by. We're going to help you rebuild. That's just how black people work. If you down for us, we down for you, no matter your color. You against us, it's your ass.
Like I said, we talked about heavily controller a little bit. So on his video for Black Lives Matter, basically he just said it point blank, period. When we die, that's it. Material stuff, you can rebuy material stuff. Take none of that shit, man. And the good thing, like I said, I don't condone it. Like I really don't. But at least, if it's a black business, you got all these apps, you got GoFundMe, you got Cash Apps. People will support you. Like I said, I know it sucks, it's ass, it's horrible, but people will come back and refund you. Now, the last point on this, you guys, like I said, I don't condone this crap at all, but at least if there's people in the stores, don't harm them. Don't leave the people alone. Because it was Chris, I don't know if you've seen it, it was like an Asian lady. They was looting her store. She came outside to confront them, and they beat her up. I don't know how old, like she's about like 70, 80.
But at that point, though, it's just like you got 1,001 people outside your store trying to break into your store. Why are you going outside to argue with each other? Like you said, when you start a video, you got to have.
I'm not saying she ain't got to argue with them. I'm just saying,
I'm saying it, but why even stop them from doing what they're doing, bro?
I mean, to a degree.
I don't understand that. If you have a legit business, the LLC, it's gonna come with a business insurance. Like you said, everything's gonna get replaced either way. I understand it's a pride thing with some people.
Well, agree to disagree. So with the insurance, everybody doesn't have the same insurance, so it might take some people's stuff longer than others to kick in. I don't know everything about the insurance business. There was another guy, watched Young Ripper. Certain times of crisis, they can negate your claim. They can negate your claim due to we can't feed everybody. We can't help everybody. So like I said, they was smashing her store. What I'm saying? They was breaking down the windows.
Boy, if you don't cut that phone off.
Oh, you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear that vibrating. I'm surprised you can't hear that vibrating. I thought you was gonna get it. Cut the phone off, man.
So yeah,
let that girl call you back, man.
So, like I said, she came outside, bro. She got beat. Like, I mean, they beat her with like a goddamn 4x4. Like,
So this is what I say about that, boss. Because I mean, it's kind of a two-edged sword, man.
And last thing, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. And I don't want to say be prepared to die, but you run up to certain people's stores, certain people. Hey.
Yeah, and that's what I was fixing to say, man. Okay. Like, you got to think about the simple fact of, man, it's their personal livelihood. This is how they feed their family. So to them, it's not so much I don't care about your movement, but that is a major setback. So I can understand her defending her stove to a degree. Same time, I gotta get onto the dudes who was beating her because and then you also got to look at it two different ways too. The protesters aren't the same as the looters. Those are two totally different groups. So with that being the case, you got the anarchists who just want chaos, who just want to cause issues. You got the people who feel like I'm so fed up, I just got to tear something up. You got those people, and then you got the people who are actually protesting. So like it's two, three different groups within that entire mob of people.
And then you got the infiltrators.
So then that's the fourth group. You got the people who are actually like, and the anarchists is the Antifa people I was talking about. But the other infiltrators is these cops, man. Like you got to think the system is trying to set it up to where they can criminalize this movement. And if they can criminalize the movement, they can devalue the movement, and then they don't have to give in to their demands. Because at that point, you're deemed a terrorist. The United States does not negotiate with a terrorist organization. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as a human, there's a basic need and a basic instinct to protect what you own. So I don't mind her coming out and saying anything. I mind beating her up if she didn't attack them. If she attacked them with something, like if you spray me with something, shoot at me, stab me, beat me up, or you hit me, by all means, tee off on her. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Once you put your hands on me, it's different. You said what?
I'll send you the video later on. But basically, she walked outside to confront him, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they were just welling off on her. And then
if all she did was come out there and complain and cry for her business and say stop tearing up my stuff, leave that woman alone. She going through enough as it is. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? That like some of the people in our society just don't have the mindset to think, like, yo, I can tear your stuff up without killing you. But at the same time, I also believe in self-defense. If she came out there with like her hands, someone's in her hands ready to stab you, like that lady in the wheelchair at Target, she gonna come try to stab you. Oh, beat the brakes off of her. Beat her till she know not to do it no more. God, if she coming at you, because at the same time, it was a dude that had a sword that was trying to defend his store, and they got that sword out of his hands and beat the dog out of him to the point I want to say he messed up now. I want to say he ain't even all the way right no more.
He just showed
he admitted he was in the wrong. If you go on Twitter, I mean, allegedly he said
he knew he was wrong for doing that. You going out there with a sword in 2020? What is this, Inuyasha? Baroni Kitchen? What you supposed to be doing? What? Come on, man.
This white man was in traffic with a bow and arrow. He shot somebody with an arrow.
He deserved to be beat to sleep. He deserved everything. And the funny thing about that video is I heard somebody say, beat him up. And they just said, all right. And came right to it. Man, shoot, that's the thing. Like, my thing is this. The whole thing I say all the time is this. If you're not on our side, just don't get in my way. You ain't even got to participate. Just don't get in my way. If it's something I feel like I need to do as a person, if I got to go through you to do it, you part of the problem. And that's just how I feel about it. Granted, like I said, has she been like, I don't appreciate y'all tearing up my store, but it's just stuff, leave her alone. I would have been one of the dudes like, no, she good. I would have got beat up too. But if she came out there like, oh, you niggers, this, that, and the third, and I hate y'all, and it is what it is at that point. You signed your death warrant. I can't protect you now. You know what I'm saying? So it's two ways to look at that. Granted, on a holistic level, as a man, I do believe, let me go on the record by saying this before I get canceled. We should not be putting our hands on women of any age bracket.
Right.
But we could beat a bitch ass. I'm like, but nah, this is like I don't feel comfortable with that particular thing. Like I wouldn't have wanted to be around for that because I don't feel like you need to put your hands on a woman anyway. You know what I'm saying? Unless she's threatening your life, which is why I said if she came out to attack, it's different. But woman just saying how she feels, let us say how she feels. I mean, what can she do? It's 1,000 of y'all. Yeah. It's one little old Asian lady versus 1,000 of y'all.
No, she ain't not.
She ain't gonna. She ain't nothing she can do. Hurry up and buy.
Show this shit. What you gonna do?
We'll see you when you open up your store again, Miss Miyagi. That's it.
Right. You remember us? We saved you. We ain't fuck your shit up. You better remember.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, like the fact that they beat her up kind of don't sit right with me, but
I feel like they're gonna start getting
I have to see the video.
I feel like everybody whose stores who did get looted in and did get broken into, I feel like eventually they're gonna get extorted by somebody. Because some you said, some folks' claims may get denied and may need to figure out how they're gonna rebuild their store and don't got the money to. Some folks may come and try to offer a little hand, you feel me, depending on who it is. It could be somebody higher up in the system, somebody.
But that's how they take over. That's how they take over communities, though.
Facts.
because the banks will come in. Okay, your claim got denied. They might make a deal with an insurance company. If you deny X amount of these claims off of this riot stuff, we'll go in. We'll give you a cut off the top of how much they pay back. We'll give you a certain percentage of how much they have to pay us back, and come up with some astronomical. Because the thing about it is this: one of the things I learned about insurance is the more wrecks you have, and the more wrecks that are in the area, the higher your premiums become. Because of some effect, you're more at risk now. So a business who might have been in a fantastic area of the country, fantastic area of the city, fantastic area of whatever little district it is, once you get looted, oh, you're at risk to get looted again. We're going to raise the price now. So now your business insurance through the roof. As long as insurance is a scam from the top to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Pure scam. Because some effect, if I pay you money every month to keep me safe and keep my stuff safe, and I say I need that money and I have a legitimate claim, there should be nothing. You should never be able to find a loophole to not give me my money because I've been paying you all this time. But the simple fact you paying somebody to hold, basically you paying somebody in hopes that they will pay you so you can get your stuff, even though you've been paying enough money to get your stuff back if you had just saved it. It don't make no sense to me. So with that being the case, like I said, man, like ultimately insurance is a scam. But yeah, they're definitely gonna try to infiltrate the culture like that because some of these black businesses already been riding off of the white dollar. So then now you come in and you take over. Now I owe you X amount of dollars. Now I got your space. Now you owe more money than you can pay. Bankruptcy. Now you don't have your business no more.
No more.
So there's gonna be some people capitalize off this, just like with everything.
And like I said, we don't condone the looting and rioting, but a lot of people's businesses was already hurt. Everybody been locked up for 3 months, so shit, everybody already about bankrupt. Like, it is what it is, but it's not all on, like, the problem was already started 3 months ago.
Now, another spin on it. Folks could have just done them, like, for me. You got some folks who could have just looted their own store just for the insurance claim money now. You do got that just because, like you said, COVID did hit. COVID did fuck a lot of businesses up.
And I think some white people might have done that. I think some black people might have done that. Some Hispanic people might have. I think every race that you could think of that had that in their mind. Because to me, being wrong ain't got no color on it. Everybody do that. Oh, I know that's my homeboy business. He ain't making no money right now. Let me go bust in there and take some of his stuff so he can claim some insurance stuff.
Get 5%.
Let me burn this building to the ground.
You feel me? Like,
I get you a cut out the insurance claim.
Burn that shit down. Burn the fuck out of Target. You don't think that all that shit finna get that bread? Come on, now. That's not crazy.
Come on, dog. That's what I'm saying. But I tell you what's crazy though. People at the top gonna make some money, but them jokers at the bottom gotta find you a new job. Sound like unemployment, me player.
We already had an all-employment high, so it's just more people losing jobs.
What is it like? It's going up to like what? 40 million people claiming unemployment now.
I thought it was more than that.
It's a stupid amount now. It's a ridiculous amount.
100 million. I thought at least in 100 million.
Let me see.
100 million people.
I saw a stat earlier.
A lot of folks, boy, who claim insurance. I know folks who still ain't got their insurance. I know folks who still ain't get a stimulus check, unemployment check. Unemployment stimulus. I know folks who still ain't get no money from nothing.
Ain't got no stimulus yet.
I got my brother right now he ain't been waiting 12 weeks for unemployment check.
Ain't got more unemployment check.
You feel me?
The unemployment rate in America is at 15% of the entire population. Good God. Let me see. It's 2 million people have applied for unemployment. And this is the Washington Post, so I don't know if this is across the world. I mean, across the nation. Unemployment claims toppled to 1.9 million. Jesus.
No, you got to think, bro. That's
I guarantee you.
But that's per week, though.
I guarantee you.
Per week.
1.9 million per week. I told you.
1.9 per week.
But we've been on COVID. We've been on COVID since when?
3 months. About 3 months.
Yeah.
About 3 months now. You feel me? Come on now. Per week, 1.9 million per week. I'm telling you, it's in 100 million. It's in 100 million.
Because it was at 1.2 million last week, and now it's gone up to 1.9 million this week. So I could definitely see people hustling that out. Sure. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Hey, go find you a nice young man in the neighborhood. Hey, bro, I got $400 for you.
I'm telling you,
go break this window.
Go beat that shit up.
And you know what's crazy though? Somebody in the insurance company is gonna think of that, and that's why they ain't gonna pay nobody. That's their loophole right there. Oh, you might have paid somebody.
Yeah. Could have paid, but they got to prove it though.
That's going to lead to another injustice. And the reason it's going to lead to another injustice is because it's going to be somebody be like, the white businesses on my street got their insurance money. Where mine at? Mine got looted too. I ain't seen it. Another spark, another flame. Now we mad again. It's gonna happen, bro.
I'm telling you, it's definitely gonna happen.
Like I said, they trying to get a little race. I don't know what you want to call them, but we went from one unit a week ago. Everybody in the same boat. Now we all falling apart.
Chaos, bro.
To just we still got a chance to do what's right.
Population decrease,
but everything's just going out of hand. And in Chicago, both my brothers, I was talking to them since sadly, everybody rioting and looting in their part of Chicago. They got they to go get some food, whatever. They got to go to the next neighborhood over.
Mm-hmm.
They said Hispanics is shooting at the black people because they scared. They gonna come over.
Nah.
No, but I'm saying so they scared.
That ain't no fear.
They ain't scared of nothing over there.
They don't want their stuff looted.
That's not the reason why they shooting at these folks. You're not shooting at these folks for no reason because they got to come out here.
Because my thing is this: if you worried about somebody looting, just have people posted on the corner.
That's it.
Have some people posted up. It ain't no fear. They seen this as an opportunity. This is a kill nigga season. It's free kill black people season.
Straight
because
up.
they know all they got to do is say, we thought they were looting. We were protecting our businesses. Now you didn't easily kill some people. Same thing in LA. The only thing that's crazy about this whole situation is as black people, we are trying to give niggas the benefit of the doubt in every situation. And we shouldn't. It's enough of that, man. It's enough of that. Like, why are we trying to say, oh, they doing this because XYZ? Give it the racial motivation you believe it deserves. Give it that, bro, they don't like us. I'd rather assume the worst and be proven wrong than assume that you on my side and get stabbed in the back. Yeah. At the same time with them, they shoot people because they've been wanting to shoot you a long time. You guys got to think, Chicago is violent, bro. Chicago is one of the most violent cities in the world. With that being the case, too, all the gang activity they got going on, man, they probably killing people because they think it's rival gangs coming in. They probably trying to protect their little territory. It's all kind of reasons, man. But ultimately, it boils down to them versus us. Right. Not saying, and don't get me twisted. By no means am I saying black people need to segregate themselves from every race known to mankind and go find a little hole in the ground, live in that, and build up from there. What I'm saying is this. We as a people have been nice enough to try to include people in our culture. We've been out here trying to make people feel better about when they get did wrong by white people. We out here trying to comfort everybody, trying to mom everybody, trying to be everybody big brother in this. But ain't nobody here for us but that. And it might be because we was the first ones to go through it and the ones that's going through it the worst. But at the same time, at the end of the day, man, all we got is each other. And when the reason I say we can't segregate ourselves is because there's so many of us that have ingrained in other populations too. You got Afro-Latinx, you got Afro-Asians, you got Afro-Europeans, you got black, everything. So if we say, oh, we're just gonna leave y'all out here to dry, now you've abandoned a small degree of who we are. So with that being the case, we got to be inclusive, but at the same time, you just got to know where to draw that line at. If they not with us, they're not with us. And it sounded like them people in Chicago ain't with us. LA got the same thing going on. They say Latin Kings just running through black neighborhoods shooting it up because they can.
Yeah, but say because they can.
The police ain't coming.
So lame. Not in LA.
So
the police ain't seen Compton.
Okay, so this leads us into our next topic. So we gotta come together, right? That's the biggest thing. And like I said, we gonna beat this over the head we just don't agree. You agree to disagree with the looting and rioting. But dang it, the whole world is watching us. We have a time to be great, and we still fighting each other. Like I said, I didn't want to mention the black on black crime, but people can't even loot. You can't even stick with your brother looting, like people killing people. Like I said, David. You heard of David Dorn, right? Chris?
Yeah, you talking about the cat that got murdered.
Yeah, so we can't even, like I said, we can't even protect our own. And I've had my own few issues with Black Lives Matter. I mean, I'm for the movement, but and I wasn't for this situation. I wasn't gonna even use black on blacks. We got to come together first before we even try to fix the white man. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we was doing good. Now we're falling apart overall, and it's just like for me, can we just get our act together? Whether if we're in the wrong together, if we're in the right together, can we just stick together instead of just harming each other?
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. It's like it's a two-edged sword with that one too. And the reason I say so is because you got to think black on black crime. To me, I don't believe and it being black on black, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, crime is crime. You tying a race to it is just perpetuating more of the same stereotypes that white people done put out about black people to make black people look bad in America. Or have we killed each other in the past? Yes. Are we killing each other today? Yes. But so are they. So are Asians. So are Hispanics. So is everybody else. Black on black crime is not an anomaly. It's not a one-off. It's not an island. You know what I'm saying? It's something that everybody else, every other race experiences, but we're the only ones that have been labeled. So that's why I don't call it black on black crime. It's just crime. Now, same time, as black people, do I feel like us killing each other is helping this? No. But you're not gonna get everybody to agree. It's too many of us. Once you get over, you can put two niggas in the same room and they not gonna agree on the same thing. We all three in the same podcast right now, and we not even agreeing on the same subjects. So with that being the case, you got some people who feel more strongly about something than somebody else, and some people who are willing to do more for what they believe in. Now at the same time, and that just goes back to the if you want to ride or you don't want to ride. Now when you're riding, if somebody get a TV that you want, you done seen Black Friday, a fight gonna break out. That's just facts. That's how it goes. Is it stupid? Definitely. But there's a lot of stuff that we do as a people, not even just as black people, but as people in general, that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the dumb things you're gonna see. Now, the case of the dude that died trying to defend his business, totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a situation, or at least trying to stop people from looting. It's totally different, man. Like, you should be able to be part of the same movement, disagree, but not harm each other. I do agree with that point. Like, y'all all out there, we all marching for the same stuff. We all fighting and protesting for the same stuff. If I say, hey, stop looting, be like, look, bro, unless you put your hands on me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can try to stop me from looting all you want to if I'm a loot. Or I can try to stop you from looting all day if you want to loot. But unless I'm giving you something that's gonna make you be like, yeah, I see what you're saying, and move on, it's not gonna work. So I mean, like, do I give him props for trying to do what he did? Yeah, but at the same time, it sucks, man. That's all you can say. This is just a chaotic time. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to get our act together? Yeah, because there's a lot more things dividing us right now than just that. I mean, you've been on Twitter lately. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we've got a lot of things in the black community we need to address that have been needing to be addressed for eons, have been needing to be addressed since the dawn of time. So does every other race. But as of right now, we're allowing it to divide us. And we need to kind of get on board with, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. And I don't know if you wanted to touch on it or not, but like now there's a movement for a lot of black women and women of color to vocalize about people who've been sexually assaulting them. I'm all for it. I don't think now was the perfect time for it, but at the same time, there's never a perfect time for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the best time given the situation because now it's going to divide people. But at the same time, unless we start getting our own act together and cleaning up our own mess, we can't be expecting of us to be on one accord when we try to fix things in the world. So with that being the case, it is what it is. I said, if we're going to clean it out, clean everything out. One thing I say my dad does all the time, when we talk about cleaning something, he cleaning every piece of it. Meaning, even the stuff that you like, man, they don't even take all that right now. He gonna pull it off, clean it out. And that's just what we need to do right now. We need to get rid of all these people who are cooning, and we're doing that. The people who feel like I'm black, but I don't support black people, or I'm black and I feel like my money is more important than black people as a whole, need to get them out of the culture. These celebrities who want to take our money and use our culture and everything, but don't want to support us when this happens, I feel like they're so far removed from being black that they don't have to deal with black issues. We need to get them out of there. And then the third thing, we need to start getting these predators out of here. Definitely got to get some of these sexuals, all these uncles that's done touched people, cousins, brothers, sisters that's done raped and molested people, all these moms and aunties that have touched and messed with little boys and little girls and all this other kind of stuff. Need to get them out of here. Straight up. All these pimps and prostitutes, I say take them out too. Because of some effect, all that's doing is more danger, more cancer to the society. If you're not helping anything, I say dealers and everything. You are not helping the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know everybody gonna be like, oh, but what about weed? Weed is good. I ain't talking about them because regardless of what you're talking about, they gonna be here regardless. Niggas want weed. But these crack dealers, these people who are here scrounging and really poisoning the population and knowing they poisoning the population, all of these things need to go. You know what I'm saying? To me, another sector of people that kind of needs to go, the people that's so focused on being pro-black that they're toxic to their community. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people who can't think beyond just being, oh my God, it's got to be black this, black, 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 black. Like, I dig it. We're in turmoil. We need to build. We need to do better, and we need to come up. At the same time, you have to be able to freely think. You have to be able to see other people's ideas and deal with other types of people. Otherwise, you're going to kill us. You're going to basically suffocate us out. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these different little groups of people who are just so bent on whatever they're doing, you have to clean it up as a whole. while we're trying to do something as a group. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be detrimental going forward. Because my thing is, one of the things I'd hate to do is succeed in this movement against race, against racism, succeed in this movement against police brutality. But now our downfall is something that we've been sitting on this whole time. So it's kind of the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it'd be like taking 10 steps forward and then moving 15 steps back, because it's something that we knew about this whole time and chose to ignore. And more of our people are being destroyed by each other than anything.
This is the last part before we go on to the next area. Life is really important to people. And like I said, I don't condone the cops that's been killed. I don't condone the protesters that's been killed. You got the bad people on both sides to a certain degree. Mostly the cops, police brutalities at all. It's just crazy. But death is once you die, that's it in the physical world, So if you stand with somebody, you like I said, you can disagree with them. Don't put your hands on me. We agree to disagree. We still fighting for the same thing. And if we constantly try to kill each other, they're going to use that own message. They're going to use our own, like you said before we left, they're going to use our own message against us and make it a race war. We ignorant. They're going to take our own argument.
All this other kind of stuff.
They're going to take our own argument against us. And now they can say, like you said, we're a terrorist organization. Let's declare martial law. Everything we fought for in the past week ended. We back to square one.
Mm-hmm.
Turn over on downs. So that's how I feel. Now, what's your favorite football team again? Since we talking about football references.
No, the Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm the Ravens, man. I'm a Ravens
They
fan.
played the Saints last year.
I don't remember, man. I didn't watch much NFL, man. I stopped watching the NFL before the Colin Kaepernick thing, but I didn't pick it back up afterwards. Like, I watch highlights here and there just because, but for the most part, like, I'll take that back. I watched a little bit because I wanted to see a lot of the stuff they were saying about Lamar Jackson. I wanted to see him succeed. But other than that, I don't really too much pay attention to football like that no more. I kind of watch the transactions and stuff. That's it.
Well, I think they about to take out Drew Brees. I feel slightly bad for him. He about to be like I say. I think this is just my opinion. He came out cold. Came out like just no what's the word? No contrition. No Stephen A's word. No remorse to the topic at hand. Like I said, this is where people got to take the upper hand. White people, black people, we can agree to disagree. I might not agree, blah blah blah, with people taking a knee for the
He
flag.
didn't read the room, man. He didn't read the room at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you
Yeah,
got to understand what's going on. Like, I might not agree with my teammates taking a knee for the flag, but I understand why. The biggest thing is I understand why. And now, like, well, good luck, Drew Brees. Because
well, this is the thing you got to look at, bro. I think the NFL like 86% black. I think that's what they said it was. It's high 80s, maybe even in the 90s, to be honest. But my thing is this, especially about such a controversial topic, you got to be smart enough as a human being not to get baited into anything that's going to make you say something that's going to come back to bite you later on. Have I done that before? Definitely. Probably did it during this podcast. I'm not going to cap you. But ultimately, you cannot let yourself get baited. Granted, we knew Drew Brees was a MAGA fan from the very beginning. We've been seeing the evidence. It's just now he's vocalized it and people are feeling some kind of way. Drew Brees has same thing with Tom Brady. Drew Brees had a MAGA hat in his locker. Tom Brady had a MAGA hat in his locker. Drew Brees took pictures with the president. Tom Brady did not, that we know of. But pretty sure those might surface. So we've seen all this evidence going back and forth. But as a people, like I said, we've been so forgiving. We should have been canceled Drew Brees. If I was anybody on his team, I would have been like, bro, what the heck is that in your locker, dog? Like, we would have called that out from the beginning. But they didn't. So I feel like they just as much at fault as he is. You sat there and you played for a dude or played with a dude or protected a dude with this situation or with this kind of view, given the diversity and the demographic of the team. Like, that makes no sense to me. You're protecting a quarterback who openly supported a president who didn't support any of the black movements, who feels as if black people are SOBs, even beyond the fact of the entire country. He specifically called black NFL players SOBs. So he just called your mama a B, and this dude supporting him? You think I'm blocking for you? I would have been let him get. His career would have been done. His career, Teddy Bridgewater, the fingers wouldn't have been the worst thing that happened to Drew Brees in the last couple of years, though. Teddy Bridgewater would have been the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints from now until they find another person to replace him. Because I'm letting Drew get his knees got. I'm stepping on Drew's toes. I'm falling on Drew's legs in practice. I'm doing anything and everything I can. And is it messed up? Yeah. But at the same time, I don't care. I would have been on him, bro. If I'm playing running back, and this is the risk you take, too, because in that case, they're going to deem you a horrible lineman, this, that, and the third. You might never get another chance in the league. So make sure you got your money before you do something stupid like this. But if I'm pass protecting, I might let Von Miller go a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I might let somebody, he got me. Coach, he just beat me. And then, like, the second half, I'm going to just prove my worth and just tear him up. But, like, you definitely going to feel me every game. You're going to understand what's going on every game. And I'm going to let you know that's what I'm doing. I'm going to let him go. And I'm going to watch him tackle you. And I'm be like, you still a Maca fan? All right.
Well, like I said, you know, this is where I agree to disagree with you a little bit. I see what you're saying. Like, I mean, you play football.
I'm an a-hole, though. I'm an a-hole. That's just me.
I play rugby. You know, there's certain people on the team that's a Trump fan.
I played both. Don't be acting like I don't play that.
I don't see eye to eye with them, but, you know, like,
yeah.
Once you step on the field, you a team. Now, it's just, you know, it's how you carry yourself. Because, I mean, I know people that are Trump supporters. I might not hang out with them. You know, as long as they treat me with respect, whatever, I'm going to treat them with respect. Like, you was there when the whole cap thing was at school, right? Mississippi State. So, like, one of the things I've seen when everybody was taking the knee, it was a white guy. He was like, my family, he's Confederate side white boy. My family died for the Confederate flag, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And he just truly didn't understand where he was coming from. I think Amber and some other people for the NAACP pulled him aside and just told him the trials and tribulations black people went through. And he understood the situation. Now, that doesn't go for every single body, but, you know, like I said, it's how you're raised. You know, that's like this telling you know, if this is how you was raised from the get-go, they won't view our situation as their situation. That's just, you know, how it is. Like somebody trying to just change your religion off of just Jump Street, a random person. Oh, this is the right religion, you know. Joint. So it's a conversation that has to be made. Like I said, you can see Mike Jenkins. He was really hurt because you could tell. He said, "I called you my brother."
Malcolm Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins. My fault. I'm sorry. Malcolm Jenkins. They went the field. They went the bat together. They blood, sweat, and tears together. And you could tell he was truly hurt. Then Drew Brees. We'll see what happens this year. You know, he made a apology statement. It came off really insensitive. Like you said.
That's weak. That's weak. If you're gonna be a racist, stand in your racism. Be a man. Stand on your own. This is the thing about it, man. And we're gonna have to agree to disagree. Because I don't believe in that whole if you treat me with respect, even though you racist towards my people, I'm gonna treat you with respect. That ain't how this works. And then the second thing I don't agree with is that whole we on the team together. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
We ain't gotta be best friends, but
no. I'm saying like we talking about that when we on the field, this, that, and the third. No, sir, not in the slightest. The one time I've ever been called an N-word by somebody who wasn't in authority was on the football field, and it was by my own teammate. You know what I'm saying? And I called a timeout because I'm like, we finna handle this right here. And it was a playoff game in high school. We'll never forget it. He called me a dumb A nigga with a hard R in the middle of right before play on a position that he didn't have the authority to tell me because I ran that D line and he was trying to tell me what was going on. So all that we on the same team stuff. The only thing that kept me from teeing off on him was my brother said, "Bro, it's the first time our school has gone to the playoffs in 10 years." He said, "Do you really want your senior year to end because you had an attitude?" He said, "Can you beat this nigga up?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Get him in practice on Monday and let it ride." And I said, "Okay." And after that, we finished the game. And you best believe when we got to practice Monday, oh, yes, sir, it was going down. But like I said, man, that whole we on the same team or, you know what I'm saying, just because he treat me right or whatever, bro, bump all that. We want people, man. If you treating anybody wrong that look like me, and the reason I say you treating them wrong, because if somebody does something to you and you retaliate, that ain't necessarily treating them wrong. But if you racist towards, put it this way, we all cool in the group, right? If somebody came up to Jose and was calling him Mexican slurs, you gonna be cool with that dude just 'cause he's like, well, hey, Rashad, you're a good guy. You gonna be cool with him then? Hell no, you ain't. Exactly. And it's the same thing. Just because I don't know you personally don't mean you ain't my brother. So if he out here treating any black person dirty at any point in time in his life, and I find out about it, I put this way. I went to a mostly white school. So this whole racism thing ain't new to me. I put on my Facebook, I said, if you are keeping your mouth shut and you claim to be my friend and you white, I don't care how long we've been friends. You keep your mouth shut about this stuff. You don't see the wrong in it. You don't proclaim the wrong in it, specifically talking about racism and police brutality. We're not friends no more. Some of my best friends are white, and I have not talked to them since.
Okay.
And that's just how I go.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what else he got up on here. Nah, let's give it to this Drew Brees thing because I kind of missed that.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about.
Okay, oh yeah, like, bro, that. But I seen the interview that LeBron. When I seen the video that LeBron had posted about that, I was like, okay, because at first I tried to sympathize for Drew Brees. Like I tried to sympathize for him. I was like, okay, he probably not really in tuned on what's really going on out here in the world.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I had to think, basically, like, bro, you like a top 5, maybe top 10 quarterback in the league right now, bro. Like, there's nowhere near possible that you don't know what's going on out here in this world.
He worked with all black people,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Like, you in the most, it ain't even that. You are in the most blackest states out here in the world, bro.
You in New Orleans.
Like,
you in Louisiana. It ain't even, bro. Ain't no excuse for that, bro.
It's not. There's no excuse for that, bro.
And what I told Rashad was, I was like, man, the problem is we gave him the benefit of the doubt. Black people saw, because he had taken a picture with Trump. He had the MAGA hat in his locker, and black people was like, oh, we'll let him have his political views. It is what it is. At that point, we should have started cutting him off then.
Yeah.
Because of the things, if the things that Trump were saying, if you support Trump, you are now tying yourself to those things that he's saying. Right. In my eyes, everybody don't think like me, but to me, anybody who's like, well, I see what he's saying, or I understand, or I don't really support what he says, but I like him as a person. If you can like a person who hates black people, who hates any other race other than his own, is always looking for the downfall of others and always trying to be negative on everything, and it's very incompetent, just being honest. That means you support that. Right. I can't rock with you if you support that, man. If you're doing anything other than condemning somebody like that, I can't rock with it. So with that being the case, we should have cut him off at that point. Yeah, same thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady, a MAGA fan, got a MAGA hat that he hangs in his locker, and you wonder why the Patriots sucked this year. What sucked last year, whatever it was, or whatever year. I don't know. I don't even watch football like that. But we should have cut him off then. But nah, it's Drew Brees. That's the boy. You know what I'm saying? He in the NO. He down in Louisiana. He know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? In New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that boy still white at the end of the day.
Exactly.
He still talked to some other white folks about what we were doing at the end of the day. Like,
and then now all these New Orleans fans so hurt that they quarterback are racist.
Oh, bringing Jameis Winston.
Man, bro. Don't nobody care about that jump, bro. Y'all should have been off the NFL for a long time anyway.
Long time.
You should have been off the NFL when Cap did how he did. But if you're not over the NFL now, I don't know what to say to you, dog. I'll tell you another one that everybody riding on. And I got a personal vendetta against this dude because I played football with him. Dak. Dak told the world he wasn't black. He swore up and down he didn't identify as black. But now, all of a sudden, he donated $1 million to the police, to the very entity that's killing us. He donated $1 million to them. He ain't donated to the relief fund for George Floyd's protesters. He ain't donated to the jail, the bails of any of these people who got arrested. None of the medical bills of the people who got shot with these rubber bullets. None of that. He donated $1 million to the Dallas Police Department.
Why?
He is protecting
his assets. Because the white folks
his money
are in his motherfucking pocket.
And that's what I'm saying. So with that being the case, we should have been off Dak. You can ask Rashad. I ain't never liked Dak Prescott.
I'm about to say, I don't even rock with that.
I just said I hated this. I could tell you the exact day I started
liking the Cowboys.
I could tell you the exact day because me and him was on the same team. Bro, this man, we was in the locker room chilling. Everything was cool. He talked to us. I was hung out with the niggas in the locker room because that's what he was black. We figured he was black. He was quite a little, whitish type dude, but it is what it is, bro. I saw this man at Allen Hall. You know, Allen Hall got that little narrow hall where you go on one side or the other one, but they meet in the middle. and you walk out the front. Rashad know what I'm talking about. He walked right past me like he ain't see me, dog. I was like, what up? He looked me in my face and kept it pushing. I was like, so that's when I stopped liking. That's when I stopped liking him as a person. Him getting his ass whooped in Miami just made it all the more sweeter for me. When he got jumped, oh yeah, I was all up on that. I was like eating it up. And then I was hearing stories of him trying to steal people's girlfriends while they talking to their girlfriend, disrespecting them. Just at the third. Then I heard he was talking about how he only had sex with black girls. He'll never date one. All this other kind of stuff. And I was just like, oh. But then his actions was matching up. Like the little girlfriend that he had in Atlanta that he brought to the games and stuff with some little Kim Kardashian looking chick. Like, oh, so you really about that stuff? And I get it. His mom white. He was raised by his mom, and his dad was gone. So he probably had to deal with some of the same stuff like J. Cole we talking about, having to get over the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like the stereotype of black people not taking care of their families and stuff. Like he had to deal with that. He was a product of that. I understand that. He lost his mom. That ain't nothing to joke about. It's sad. It's hard. But at the same time, bro, did we really do something bad to you? Did we do something to you besides tackle you or maybe catch a couple of your footballs that weren't thrown that well? Are you really mad at us or you mad at yourself? Do you really hate us or do you hate a part of you? So like I said, man, I was like, bro, he donate money to the police. Miss me with all
Hey,
that.
he
That person can go kick a rock.
police either way doing that. He the police doing that. I don't even condone in that. Like,
yeah, he can miss me
you
with all that.
donate millions of dollars to the police. You arming them. You arming them to kill us. What you doing?
They already killing us with what they got. You gonna get them more guns? Come on, dog. They finna come out this mug with M16s like we in Call of Duty.
They come out of there with tanks, nigga.
But UAV inbound.
I'm telling you, look, precision strikes and all
Hey,
that.
they be like, nigga, is that a drone?
Okay.
Like, bro, like,
Oh yeah, and he's gonna say property of Dak Prescott.
It's gonna have his face on it.
LAPD property of Dak
And I tell you another thing too. I knew for a fact that he was long gone when. So at Mississippi State, at every football game, they talk about Bulldogs in the NFL, right? And Rashad, you can confirm or deny. But anybody who'd have been to Mississippi State know when they start putting up pictures of black people, because it ain't no white people in the NFL from Mississippi State. It ain't no white people. Like it's like maybe one. It was like maybe one at one point, and he was on the practice squad. He never started. But anyway, shout out to Cam Lawrence. I'm sorry. Anyway, but Rashad, you can confirm this. You can confirm this. They'll put up Chris Jones. They'll put up KJ Wright. They'll put up, I really don't know any other people. And it'd be like some D linemen and like maybe a corner, Darius Slay. But then Dak come on. Titties out. You know what I'm saying? Draws in the air. People cutting each other, shooting, you know, on some Yosemite Sam type stuff. Yeah. And it's just like, he been their boy this whole time. I knew it then. Am I wrong, Rashad? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you ain't wrong.
Tell me if I'm lying. Everybody who'd have been in Mississippi State has seen that, man. Come on, man. I'm like, come on, bruh. And now you over here donating $1 million. And the thing is, this is the crazy part about it. And this is nothing. He don't understand how the game works. You donate $1 million to them. Ain't you trying to get you a better contract right now? Wouldn't this look good to the white man if you over here supporting the white man at this time? You trying to get you $45 million a year? Ain't that something that you would do?
Ain't nothing I'll do. But I mean,
I'm saying, like, if that was your goal, if your whole goal was to get to this bag, regardless of what it meant for your people, because you never claimed your folks in the first place. Because regardless of what he thinks.
If I had that mindset, then with that mindset,
That's the thing he not understanding. That same $1 million he giving them, if they pull him over, they don't care that he Dak Prescott. He's a nigga, fool.
You still a nigga. Look, you still a nigga. At the end of the day. You may got that Barack Obama syndrome where you just lighter than everybody, but you still black, nigga.
That don't matter, dog. That really don't matter. He might get away with it because he's the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But at the end of the day, you leave Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you leave Dallas and go somewhere else.
Bruh, I don't even like the Cowboys.
For real.
Somebody going to hit you with that. You know what? I'm a Houston Texans fan anyway. Get your black self back in this car, boy.
Go to Ole Miss.
Now what?
Go to Ole
Now
Miss.
you hurt. I donated money to their cause.
Hey, go to Ole. I bet he won't go to Ole Miss.
Man. He couldn't get to Ole Miss. He wasn't good enough to go to Ole Miss. He didn't get recruited to Ole Miss. They recruited some dude look like Sunshine out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
anyway,
speaking of what you're talking about a little bit, Chris, I was like, I'm back in here. Jerry Jones didn't want to vouch for him when he was doing good that first year.
So, Jerry Jones?
He kept on trying to get Tony back in.
Yeah.
The whole
Jerry Jones
season.
didn't want to draft that.
I'm about to say Jones didn't want to draft that for real.
Jerry Jones wanted to get Paxton Lynch because he said with the O-line he had and Paxton's ability to improvise on a play and hit people on a dime, Paxton would have been one of the greatest quarterbacks because that would have gave him time to develop. But Paxton got drafted by the I want to say the Broncos or somebody.
Yeah,
and when they got him, they made him the starter. Yeah, when they made him the starter, but the Broncos didn't have an O-line, so he kept getting beat up and he got kicked out the league because he sucked because you ain't got no time. Versus Dak been getting all this praise for being such a good, one of the best quarterbacks in his draft class, but he got the best O-line in the league by far. He protected on all sides. He got the second best left tackle in the league, the best guards in the league, and the best right tackle in the league, hands down.
And he could use his feet.
He can use his feet. He got a hell of a running back, and he got a decent throwing game.
Oh, he definitely got a hell of a running back.
People trying to say Zeke ain't that good either because he behind that O-line. I don't care what you say. Zeke get past that O-line pretty quick from what I be seeing.
Zeke averages 6 yards after the carry, after contact. Like I ain't trying to hear none of that.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
To me, it's Zeke and Saquon right there to go.
Yeah.
So,
and Mark Ingram trailing behind them since of last year. Since of last year? No, I'm
a Ravens fan. I'm a Ravens fan.
You say you're a Ravens fan? I'm a Ravens fan. That's how you feel. That's what I'm saying. He's trailing right there behind them.
Nah, get Mark out of there. Mark trash. Mark trash. He stay hurt too much for me.
Mark is not trash, bro.
He stay hurt too much for me.
Y'all sleep on that.
I don't want to get too much off topic.
I agree with you on Saquon.
But
give me Willis McGahee back.
Oh, bro, I'm dead. Man, I came out.
If we can get somebody just like that, it'd be perfect.
hey, bring me beat him up Ray Rice. I don't care. Shoot, he should have got kicked out of the league.
Bring me Ray Rice.
Bring me Ray Rice.
But
nah, like I said, he should not have hit a woman, and he should be denounced for that. Hear me when I say this. I do not condone that. I wish he had never kicked that girl in the face, though. Real talk. He knocked her out. But anyway.
Like I said, basically, before we go, I guess one or two solutions in your mind, I guess, that you have, before we get out of here.
What on fixing?
Yeah, fixing.
On how to reform or fix?
Yeah.
Kill them all! I'm playing. Don't do that.
That's what they screaming. That's what they screaming. Shit.
Hey, Chris, be careful, man. Check your.
I'm
gonna be checking doors before I leave out. But now I will say, and this is something I've been saying on my podcast a couple of times, man. We got to start small. Like we've got to start within our community. Us trying to go for the top of the top of the top without anything to back us ain't gonna work. We have no infrastructure as a people, and what I mean is we don't own much. We got just a few banks. We have just a few, like maybe 3 or 4 banks per city that are ours, and those are small and unknown. We need to get our banks up. We need to either bank black or save our money. Second thing we need to do, we need to start investing in our own communities and start to kind of separate from our dependence on white people's markets and stuff like that. Because you got to think, man, we're a capitalist country. Nothing moves unless the money moves. So with that being the case, if we start pulling our economic power out of their people's pockets and start putting it in our own, and not our own as in people who look like us, but people who identify as black, people who are really black, people who are supporting this movement, these little small business owners and stuff like that, we start putting our money in these people's pockets, they'll do a change just because they want that $1 trillion, $3 trillion, $4 trillion or whatever they say that we have as far as the market's concerned. But yeah, we don't have any commodities under our name. We need to start building stuff, man. We need to get banks, hospitals, and
support the right black businesses. Like I'll just use one example of one of the peaceful protesters. When they stopped using the buses, hey, you gotta hit them where the pockets hurt.
Well, you know what's crazy? Dr. Claude Anderson said his family owned a bus line in Charlotte back when he was younger, when this stuff was going on. And he said before the end of segregation, a lot of what was happening was black people were using black-only buses. So the black bus business was booming. The black taxi business was booming. The black gas station business, hotels, all that, because there was the only place that black people could stay. The black money was going in there. And sometimes the white people would go in there if they had nowhere else to go, because they knew they would get the best treatment, the best of the best, simply because they wouldn't want to, cause any issue. So with that being the case, all that money was flowing into the black community. And then with integration, all the black people are like, oh, I'm going to go to the white bus line because I ain't been able to go there this whole time. So if we start to pull that stuff back and separate ourselves from them, that to me will be the first step. And then the second step is we got to get a council of leaders. We got to get some people together to kind of help us figure out what direction we're going in. Like right now, I don't even know what our criteria are for these riots to end. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have any demands. We wanted these people charged. We got 4 people charged, all right? So what's the next step? Who we going after next? Because Breonna Taylor's killers are still at large. So with that being the case, should we be going after them? Should we be going after the DA and those people for Ahmaud Arbery? Should we be going after Zimmerman? Should we be, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a set of rules for who we want to go after. We don't have a set demands list. So I think that'd be the next step we need to get. First step is to start our own infrastructure and kind of figure out how we can separate. Second step is figure out what we want from these riots. Otherwise, we're going to be rioting to the end of time because there's nothing going to be set to say we shouldn't be rioting no more. Same thing with the boycotts. We did those boycotts a couple of years ago with no points behind them. We're just not going to shop. Blackout Tuesday. What was our demand for Blackout Tuesday? What was the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we did it to show solidarity with Black Lives Matter, this, that, and the third. But what were we trying to achieve? That's my question. So we need to figure that out.
With Blackout Tuesday, like I said, companies just to get their money. There's bigger companies. Like you said, with Wendy's, bigger companies. Oh, yeah, we for y'all. But really, they still backing.
Mm-hmm. Well, my thing, so apparently I was wrong on Twitter, even though Twitter will never hear me say this. Apparently they were talking about it was the franchisee owners. Mm-hmm. So like the people who own like 2 or 3 Wendy's across certain areas of the country, they were using money to back Trump. My whole point was this, and this is something I did say. If you look at conglomerate companies, the main company, so like let's say Disney, you brought up Marvel a while ago. Let's talk about Disney. Disney owns ESPN, Marvel, about 17, 18 other like Pixar, all these other things, right? Disney will use Marvel's CEO to fund Trump with the money that they give him. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it'll be tied to Marvel, but it won't be tied to Disney as a whole. Marvel never claimed to be diverse in anything at all. There hasn't been a good black superhero movie from Marvel ever. Black Panther was decent. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And don't be twisted. I'm not hating on Black Panther. Huh?
Blade?
Yeah, so you forgot Blade.
That was back in the gap though. That was when Stan Lee was still alive. So that don't count. We talking about the Marvel. We talking about the Marvel post Stan Lee. You still talking about? You said that's Fox, ain't it? That was Fox, and then wasn't it?
I mean, Fox. I mean, Marvel. Fox had the rights to him, but I mean, it's still the Marvel.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, if I'm Disney, if I openly support Trump, I'm gonna lose billions of dollars because that means Princess and the Frog getting boycotted and all the money that's tied to that. Anytime I put a black character in any show that's going to be seen as pandering, white people are going to protest against me. Black people are going to protest against me. Hispanic people are going to protest against me because now I've basically claimed that I don't vibe with diversity. But if Marvel does it, it'll get away with it because that's a small little piece of a giant company. And the thing is, you're not creating anything from scratch at Marvel anymore. These are all just movies being made off of the superheroes that Stan Lee made. And Stan Lee only made a couple of black superheroes. And a lot of people who watch Marvel movies not even reading comic books. They just watching the movies, so they don't know the truth. Anyway, they going to get their money regardless. They've claimed a niche. They've claimed a sector. They're going to get paid because comic book nerds don't care about politics no way. I don't care if he's black, white, or Asian. If he was a hero, I want to watch him. But Disney, on the other hand, is still creating things. And they always claim to be diverse. So if they supported Trump openly now, they would lose a lot. So it's just weighing the balance of where the money is. Same thing with the rest of these companies and Drew Brees and all of them. They're looking at how that money flowing in, bro. They don't really care about this, man. So granted, Wendy's might not have said it and whatever, but at the same time, Wendy's using black vernacular in their tweets ain't helping. Using basically trying to popularize or make money off of the Cardi B style of talking. You know what I'm saying? That's not helping nothing. You know what I'm saying? They going at people next on Twitter and people like, yeah, we dick riding that. But like, what has Wendy's really done for the black community? The 4 for 4? How they help us?
What have any fast food restaurant done for black community?
But here's my point. If we boycott all fast food, where would we eat at? The house.
Yes, sir. Why not?
But if we eat it, but who owns all the grocery stores? The money going back to the white man regardless. You feel me? That's why I said we got to build our infrastructure. Right. We gotta build enough to have groceries that are black owned in every city, restaurants that are black owned, fast food joints that are black owned, all that kind of stuff, man. That's the first step.
Gosh, bro. And I hear you. I said, for me,
if you don't agree with that, you ain't black, nigga.
Isn't that right here? Like I said, we got to come together for, and like I said, in my opinion, we got to come together first. There's always going to be issues. But we got to figure out, our own self-hate, because right now, we've been twisted to be jealous versus each other. That's why we keep on, one reason for black on black crime, because I'm jealous of Jared. I'm jealous
Ain't
of
no such thing as black on black crime. Stop saying that.
you get what I'm trying to say.
It's just crime.
It's just jealousy. It causes hatred, which causes pain.
Facts.
So, we got to first, get past that. And like I said, we got to have our own stuff. Of course, there's going to be things always that's white man, white material. You get what I'm trying to say. But we just got to find a point to stabilize ourselves and just find the next juncture.
I got a question for you specifically. All right, you black and what? What do you mix with?
Hispanic and Irish.
Okay. Really, I was leaning more towards the Hispanic side. So you technically Afro-Latino.
Yeah.
All right. What's up with your people, bro? Have you seen this stuff on Twitter, dude? These Dominicans and Puerto Ricans that look exactly like me. We are not black. What's going on with that, man? How you feel about that? That's my question. Because I asked that question on Twitter and got mixed responses. Like, how does that make you feel, man?
Well, like I said, education. I didn't even know, until my dad showed me some videos, about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, blah, blah, blah. But certain places you go to, because, in the world, you're taught to be white. White is right? Black is wrong. So even, in certain countries, if you're a dark Hispanic, they might look at you a little bit funny because you're too dark for them. Or, and Hispanic, you got Spain, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Everybody's a little bit different in their own way. Some agree with it, some disagree with it, and they don't want no parts of it. They want to be their own thing. Because, for example, my dad says you a black Hispanic or you a white Hispanic, black, white, Mexican. So it's sad. Yeah, it's sad to say. You ask Jose say he black.
I know, right? Ain't got an ounce of black. Well, but if you're really thinking about it, man, in terms of culture,
because they don't list Hispanics as their own.
No, they put them under Caucasian.
They got them under ethnicity.
Yeah, they got
whites, Africans, Asians.
What?
The 3 big races.
Yeah.
Whites, Africans.
Yeah, so the
you don't see Mexican
community.
No, you don't see Mexican. You see Hispanic.
Yeah, so are you Latino? But you got 2 sections.
Non-Hispanic.
You got 2 sections. You got the black, white,
Hispanic, or black Hispanic.
Yeah. You got are you Latino, Hispanic, non-Hispanic?
Yeah, so they don't even count them. They just count them as their own sub thing. So.
Yeah, they're not even their own set. Even the Spanish, the Spanish people from Spain are listed under white or Latino or something like that. And there's white Latino or black Latino. Anyway, but yeah, to me, the thing, and I had to talk to somebody about Jose the other day because they was like, y'all let Jose say the N-word? Sometimes and sometimes nah. Some days I'd be like, all right, you can say it. And some days I'd be like, nah. It's back and forth. And the reason I said that is because Jose, to me, is blacker than a lot of black people. Just keep it 100.
I just feel like if people are gonna be offended by the word, then nobody should say it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's really about reading the room. It's 100% about reading the room. Right. And Jose is a master at that. If somebody he know who to say the N-word around and who not to say the N-word around. And he can kind of tell when people in their specific moods and when they're not in their moods. He has picked that up. I will say he one of the few people I know to do that. So one of the things I say is this. Is that our word? Yes. Because we as black people in America are the only people who have ever experienced the condition known as nigga. We the only ones. So nobody else should have a right to that word unless we give them the right to that word. Now, with that being the case too, what I tell Jose all the time, just because we let you say that sometimes, don't be going out there saying that around everybody. Because some people ain't gonna be looking at, oh, you cool, this, that, and the third. Now, he ain't had no problems. Because like I said, he know how to do it. But a lot of times people don't let that jump fly. And I ain't trying to, I can't be mad if somebody offended that you said it. That's between you and him. My black card don't extend to you. You know what I'm saying? His black card totally different. So it's just ultimately you got to be able to read the room. But yeah, for sure, there's a lot of people that get offended by it. But I honestly feel like it should be up to the black people on what they want to do with that word. You know what I'm saying? That's a word that we haven't been able to commandeer back from years of oppression. Granted, do I think the older generation sees it that way? Not at all. But at the same time, they the ones taught it to us. So It is what it is. I mean, just keeping it honest. But back to what I was talking about with you, Rashad, and like the Afro-Latino community and stuff like that. Like, it's really disheartening to see it, man, because I know a lot of black mixed with, you name it, some Spanish-speaking origin that is devastated by seeing all these Dominicans and Puerto Ricans claiming that they not black but be darker than me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you think that makes them feel? You know what I'm saying? So like I granted, we ain't had this problem out of you. I just found out you spoke Spanish like a year or something ago. Like, I didn't even know you was mixed or nothing. But it's just like, it's just odd, man, like seeing people reject a color so
Their
vehemently. Yeah, like, and the thing is, it's conditioning. That's 100% what it is, man. But
like I say, it's good to be white. White is right.
Yeah, that's what you talk,
That's
man.
how
That's
it's taught.
exactly what you talk. Because even in the black community, the lighter you are, the more people like you. You know what I'm saying?
Like
And
you said,
I can't even say that I haven't been privy to it. It was a while ago. I was like, man, I wish I was light skinned. Like maybe about 10, 15 years ago. Oh yeah. I was like, man, if I was light skinned, I'd be beautiful.
Like when we do job interviews, bro, you know what I'm saying? Don't go in there talking like it, you know, hey, just talk proper. We can't go like how we joking around right now. We ain't gonna get the job, sad to say.
Yeah. Well, this is another thing I will say too, man. Like, to me, I don't equate speaking proper English with whiteness. To me, that's ignorance. Because of simple fact, English is a language. Me speaking proper Spanish doesn't make me Hispanic. You feel me? So why would speaking proper English make me white? What I will say I don't condone is changing who you are in your speech whenever white people come around. That's what I don't do. Because one of the things I will say, like, granted, I might, instead of saying yeah, I'll be like yes or duh or yeah, whatever, or whatever. Like, I might enunciate better, but that's just because I want you to understand what I'm saying more so than I want to change how I'm saying it. You feel me? So it's kind of a, you know, but I don't feel like when you speak correct English, that makes you be a, that makes you less black or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's just stupid, you know? Because like I said, if me speaking any other language properly makes me that language, then shoot, let me learn some Spanish so I can go be Spanish for a minute. And then I'll go be Asian for a couple of days and Russian for a week and Arabian for, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, English is a language, man. So to me, that doesn't tie anything to color at all. But yeah, I do feel what you're saying, though. It's a lot of people who switch and code switch when they get to work in job areas just because they don't want to be perceived as ignorant. And then also because they don't want to be perceived as, you know what I'm saying, like something that they're not. Or because they hate blackness. It's one of the way or the other one, you know? It's one of a few things. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm going to stop going on.
Like I said, well, thank you, Chris, for joining me today, bro. You know, everybody go follow his channel, The Blackboard Podcast. Man speaks facts. This is my homeboy, Jared, day one, A1. Everybody have a blessed day. Be safe out here.
Peace.
Day one, A1.